What is going on, Wealth Our Way family? It is your main man, Charles Tank Harris, the founder and chief visionary officer of the financial literacy platform Wealth Our Way, where our motto is wealth is not only for the wealthy. What is going on in the world? I want to say what's up. Today is Thursday, March 18th. 2021. I hope you guys didn't go too hard celebrating with your Irish brethren out here, making sure that everything was turned up properly yesterday. I hope you guys got the clear heads and the cool eyes today as we look to progress and talk about the second day of the W.O.W 14-day financial fast. I want to thank everyone for being live here in the studio audience, and also for my special crew, the W.O.W family that catches us on pre-record, whether it's overnight, over the weekend, or wherever they can squeeze 15 minutes in to get their financial fix. So today is a great day. So, every day I feel as though is a great day, but let me tell you why today is a great day. I've expanded the platform. I started doing the PM edition of 15 minutes of finance in Clubhouse every weeknight. Tonight, so last night, one of our clients, one of the W.O.W family, Mr. Brandon Copeland, NFL linebacker, Wharton grad, Forbes 30 under 40. He's a W.O.W client. He stopped through last night when I was sharing information on the American Rescue Plan and what provisions were in there to especially help small business owners, and even deeper dive small business owners in minority communities. But I was talking about all things business in the American Rescue Plan last night. My intent was to talk about the individual side of the American Rescue Plan tonight. I was going to talk about the stimulus, the tax credits for child and dependent care. But I'm not going to do that tonight. Tonight, I'm going to be joined by another guest on Clubhouse, my cousin-in-law, Gwen E. Samuels. She is the head of the Connecticut Parents Union, and she experienced, boy, when I tell you Wealth Our Way is important, she experienced such humiliating discrimination at a Southington, Connecticut branch of TD Bank. Now, I don't know who uses TD Bank. I'm a TD Bank client for now, and TD Bank advertises themselves as America's most convenient bank. Right now, I'm feeling like TD Bank is America's most racist bank. My cousin went in there. She had funds that had been cleared. She walked up to the counter. She presented both her card and her ID preemptively. You're not supposed to be asked for the ID when you give the card and you punch the code in, but she preemptively gave them the ID, went to go withdraw money. They did the situation where they reviewed account for like 7 minutes. Manager came over and looked at the screen, which if you've ever had that happen to you, it's completely embarrassing. So, everybody and their mom, I think they called the janitor over to look at the screen to check the account, verified that cousin had the money in the account, handed her back her credentials. The teller told her, your money has cleared. It's in the account. I just don't feel comfortable giving it to you. It's crazy. We are out here in these streets. We're marching, we're protesting peacefully. We're trying to do everything that we can do just to get on even ground. And you have an event like this. They literally held her money hostage, told her to take herself outside and use the ATM if she wanted money, or to go to another branch. Like, it's just crazy. Go in the back. I'll bring your food over there. That's how it felt. So she's going to be on Clubhouse tonight with me. We're going to give the live, uncut, raw version of what happened. You'll hear it directly from her. BET has already covered the story. Huffington Post interviewed her yesterday. We're about to do some things with TD Bank. We're going to let them know that, banking while Black does not have to be such an issue. We already can't drive nowhere. Now we can't walk in the bank. So what I will say is we're going to hold the tone. We're going to hold the baton from putting it out in the street for right now. We're going to see what happens after we have these conversations. With that being said, we're going to move into the financial fast day 2. I hope day 1 wasn't too overwhelming. We easing into this thing. So let me share my screen and get you guys up on financial fast day 2. So here's what we're doing. Now we're going to start actually fasting. We're going to actually start taking things out the diet. And I love that. Your boy Big Tank gets up most mornings at 4:30 a.m. and I try to hit the gym. No advertising, but y'all know what gym I go to if you see the Instagram post. And when you get up early and you knock something out, you feel very accomplished. When you look at what today's fast task is, you're going to feel very accomplished if you're able to do this. What I'm going to ask you guys to do is to commit to no dining out through the end of the month. Now, I made this the first ask because, truthfully, or as I like to say, real rap, you don't have to go outside. People are acting like this COVID hasn't mutated and got new strains and, wearing a trench coat and hiding behind doors. The COVID is still out there while you playing. And why we would want to go out and be amongst other people when we can cook at the crib or order in when we're not ordering in either. So let me let you know. No dining out, no ordering in. This is strictly supermarket table. Cook your food. You can microwave it, do what you got to do, but you are responsible for production of food for the remainder of the month. I'm sitting here telling you that if you can successfully cut out the amount of times that you spend money on food outside of your home, you will watch your assets grow. I am not asking people to never dine out again. I'm simply saying, prove to yourself that you can do it for 13 days. Prove to yourself that you don't have to go out. Then you know it can be done. It's the same thing I say about this weight loss. I had been heavy and gaining weight for so many years. I truly got to a point where I thought it was impossible to lose weight. Then I got quarantined last March. I made a commitment to do this 60-day juicing. And then after that, I hired a nutritionist and a boxing trainer, and I dropped 140 pounds. Now, even though I gained some back, I gained like 30 pounds back, and now I'm back losing the same weight I'd already lost. But now I know it can be done. Once you prove it to yourself, you have a habit that you have formed in the positive direction. So I'm going to ask you to commit to no dining out through the end of the month. Here we go. What piece of physical action do I want you to do? I want you to dedicate at least 1 hour a week to financial literacy. Now I'm going to let the viewers of Wealth our way in on a little secret, the viewers of 15 Minutes of Finance. I don't know how good at math you guys are, but if you multiply 15 times 5, you get 75. I'm going to do that again. 15 times 5 is 75. So you're here 75 minutes a week getting financial literacy. 75 is more than 60. 60 minutes are in an hour. You guys are straight. I'm going to ask you to double up, though. I'm going to ask you to add an hour of financial literacy. So whether you start coming to the evening edition of 15 Minutes of Finance, or you just slide around the internet and find some other views and some other voices. There's an old movie, I want to say it's Jennifer Aniston and Ben Stiller. It's called Along Came Polly. And in the movie, I'm a big movie guy. In the movie, Ben Stiller takes Jennifer Aniston to a beach, and your man Hank Azaria is out there chiseled up in a little Speedo, and he's trying to get them to go scuba diving, and Ben Stiller wants no part of it because of how chiseled your man is. He don't want his girl looking at him. And, dude later on in the movie gets another scuba instructor to teach him. And when he runs into Hank Azaria says, "Are you going to scuba today?" He says, "Yeah, I'm going to scuba, but I'm going to scuba with that guy." And Hank Azaria, with a big smile on his face, he's a happy-go-lucky guy in the movie. He says, "Hey, I don't care who you scuba with, as long as you scuba." So that's how I feel about financial literacy. Yeah, I love when you come here and rock with your man, but as long as you are committed to getting financial literacy, scuba away. Now I want you to answer this question for me, because I told you every day we're going to pose a question, and we're going to answer this question. What recurring expense can I eliminate from my budget? So I had you guys when we did the, in the 5 major money moves and the 3 money must do's, we talk about in the budget examining our expenditures, taking a good look at our bank statements, our debit card statements, our paychecks, and seeing what is coming out of these things. So yes, I will recommend a financial book per week on the fast. I'm going to start with the 5 major money moves and 3 money must do's. Now I'm just kidding you. Y'all got to get out. Y'all should have that book already. I want you guys to get The Automatic Millionaire by David Bach. That's a great book. It emphasizes pay yourself first. David Bach, David Bach, The Automatic Millionaire, bestseller. Get that book. It'll do you well. When I look at my recurring expenses, there are things that I seriously get use out of. There are other things that I enjoy. And then there are things that I'll be honest with you, I'm a financial guy. I forgot that some of these things even exist, which is why I review my finances so frequently, because I don't want to pay for something that I'm getting absolutely no use from. Last year, I did not go to the gym because of COVID. I was working out. I didn't go to the gym to do it though. And now it's time for me to pay my annual fee again. And as soon as they sent me a text for the annual fee, I called them. I said, hey, look, I didn't use you guys last year. Are you offering any type of reprieve on the fact that I was not there half the time because your doors were closed? And we're in the process of making my rate for this upcoming year even further reduced. When I say that, I tell the story about when I had Comcast in my house in Atlanta. I had Comcast Triple Play, and I had a phone jack and a fax jack in my home office for 4 years that I never plugged a phone into. It constituted like $81 of the bill or $72 of the bill, something under 100. The fax line in particular. When I multiplied that by 12 months and multiplied it by the number of years, so I got it in 2008, I come to this conclusion in 2012. So I multiplied it by the 4 years. And then being who I am, I thought, hey, if that money had been invested and earning me 8%, how much money it would have been. I was sick. I can't ever get that money back. I was sick because I wasn't paying attention to the recurring expenses. So I want you guys to review all your recurring expenses, and then I want you to look at which one you can live without. Give you a little hack. Let's say you got Netflix and your homie got Hulu and your cousin got Apple Music or whatever. Start sharing these things. They're designed. If they wanted them not shared, they put a gate up somehow. But I think you can have like 5 people on a Netflix account. Don't let Big Tank go to jail for telling you to steal cable or nothing like that. I don't use them, so I don't know. But I believe when I use my daughter's Netflix account, I'm on it. So you got multiple people, share the account, save some money. Don't pay for 5 different streaming services. Get a crew of 5 people and each of you take a streaming service and put each other on the accounts. You can start to save even the smallest increments of money. But I always tell you, at WOW, we 1-2 punch this thing. If we save the money, we turn around and we invest the money. We save the money, we turn around and we invest the money. We let it work for us instead of working against us. So that's day 2 of the fast. We're going to commit to no dining out through the end of the month. You're going to dedicate an additional hour a week to financial literacy. And after examining your expenses, you're going to decide which recurring expense you can eliminate from your budget. With that being said, I just want to go back to what I led the program with is what happened to my cousin. I think sometimes, I try to be entertaining, I try to be educational, but I'm also here to make change in my community. And when I say my, I'm being inclusive of the Black community. That's where I'm from. But anyone who knows me knows I love all people. I was on the phone half the morning rapping to one of my dearest friends who happens to be an Irish cat. We're talking about getting drunk yesterday. I don't care what color someone is. That's me. Unfortunately, we don't live in a society where everyone feels that way. And the unfortunate thing is people don't understand that we are all the same. We all bleed the same. I'm not a chemist or a biologist, but we all have the same internal makeup. We all derive from the same, bones that were found in Mesopotamia. We are more alike than we are different. The reality is that until we accept that and start working together, we're going to be in a situation that is divisive and division. Like, as my man Jigga says, nobody wins when the family feuds. So I encourage you to increase your financial literacy so you can increase your financial stature. And once you increase your financial stature, you can increase your political stature and change your community. So that's what I'm hoping for here. I'm hoping we change our community, make our world a better place. I love each and every one of you. I thank you for showing up every day. This is your man, Charles Tank Harris. Please, www.wealthourway.com. Like all of our social media, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We will be back tomorrow to cover day 3 of the WOW 14-day financial fast. Have the best day.